Hello everyone and welcome. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a selection of roses and Quality Street tins from my collection. Well, we'll say tins, of course, as we know they're more of the plastic kind nowadays, but we'll get on to that. So what's your favourite, roses or Quality Street? Let me know in the comments, and what sweets do you like from each one. Okay, so there's a bit of a history between the two brands. Of course, they're big names in confectionery, especially at Christmas. So roses were actually invented in 1938, and they were launched as like a competitor to Quality Street. And the name roses is thought to be named after, well, there's two sort of origins of the names. It's possibly the company that made the equipment to make roses, the Rose Brothers, that's where the roses name came from. That's one of the theories, and the other is also after Dorothy Cadbury, who's director of the company, and it's thought that maybe roses came from because it was her favourite flower. So they're two origin of the possibilities of where the name roses came from. Now, of course, Quality Street launched 2 years earlier in 1936, and actually named after J.M. Barrie's play of the same name, Quality Street. And of course, if you think J.M. Barrie is a famous name, of course it is, probably most associated with the creation of Peter Pan. So that's a little bit of history on the two. So let's look at the roses ones first. I've got a selection, as I say, going through the years of different sizes. So the first one for roses we have is this heart-shaped tin. Now this one is it's 728 grams, and it's from 1993. It's got lovely design of the roses on the front, of course, and a lovely heart shaped. Now, I don't know if this was in addition to the round tin, or it's instead of it at the time. Maybe if someone knows, they can let me know. I mean, it may be that it was even launched separate, maybe for Valentine's Day even. It's of course a possibility, or it was just heart shaped, just to sort of because roses always had that thank you going on with it, with the adverts, especially in the 90s. They say thank you with Cadbury's roses, so that could be, and of course it's being from 1993, could be why it's heart shaped. And these weights I'm given are all the weights without the wrappers, so the net weights are 728 grams. With this one, it's got the Cadbury's Roses logo on both sides. It's just got the ingredients and information on the back, but I do like the string of roses you've got there, emphasising the brand. So yeah, an interesting shaped tin. Like I said, from 1993. I'm not sure to say if it was an addition to the round ones that we're familiar with, or something separate. So that's that one. And of course, as you'll see, there's various different sizes, and we know that they have shrunk over the years. I'm sure you've all seen the images online of the different size comparisons. So this next one we have is a cute little one, and this one is from 1996, and it's 484 grams. Now this is a smaller tin, of course. Now it's got the roses going all round the side of the tin, and like the previous one, it says Cadbury's Roses Chocolates. Of course, now we just more or less call them Cadbury's Roses. And it's a nice, cute little tin. Again, I don't know if this is an additional one, or this was the actual size released for Christmas, because it's 484 grams, and obviously nowadays not much difference to that. But I like the size of it, and yeah, it's a lovely rose design on it. So now we get to the more traditional size ones. Now this next one is bigger, that you're probably more familiar with. Now this one's just 2 years later, 1998, 972 grams in there. So roughly they're, you know, round about 600 grams as we'll come on to see. The actual size of the tin is not much different to the plastic ones. Just so the plastic ones are a lot flatter. You can see these are a lot higher in height. Got the Cadbury's roses on the side. Not so many on here, and of course on the front you've got roses, and it just says delicious and chocolatey, and it's got of course 1 kilogram, but that's including the wrappers. So the wrappers do make up a bit. So now the next one we have, this one is from 2011. Now this one is less weight than the previous one. It's 826 grams, so this is where they sort of start to shrink. Now of course if you compare the size, they're actually obviously, let's do it that way, you can see the difference. Even though this one has more weight in it, it's a smaller tin. So you see what I mean by they started to just flatten them out, give an illusion that there's more in there. What I do like about this one is you've got a picture of the sweets that are in there, and they've gone for a more sort of rounded rose design on these ones without the leaves. Just goes all the way around, it just repeats it really. But what I do like is you've also got the tag, and say like it just says Cadbury's roses. Now they've dropped the chocolate bit, and like the other one, yes, it's got a tag on the rose as well, but this sort of kept it a bit of the idea again of that you're gonna give it to someone. Right, so a couple more now. So the next one is 2013, and it's actually the same weight, which is 826 grams. And again, it's got the rose design. I do like the rose bow in the middle. I do like that. And of course it shows on the chocolates, and it actually says improved selection on it. So it's interesting what ones they changed. It actually looks less if you compare with the other one. It looks like there's more chocolate selection on those ones. That's previous one, and then if you look at this one, it looks like there's actually less selection of chocolates. I do like that they've kept the ribbon all the way around, again emphasising that sort of gift idea. And it actually says limited edition on there as well, so this is a limited edition sort of design. Yeah, the only thing is to say there's no leaves attached to the roses on these previous two. Sort of, I think it does look a little bit odd. I like the additional of the leaves, although in the background you have got sort of a leaf design, very faint. Same, but the previous one you can see it a little bit more on. But I do like the ones with the actual green leaves attached to the roses. So now coming up to present day, well, this one's from last year, but the design is the same this year as well, so 2021. And now we go down to 600 grams net. That's it, 600 grams. Got different coloured roses on the front, and of course it's now a plastic container. On the side it tells you about actually it says on the side, oh, this is interesting, it says these chocolates are made in Bourneville's factory in a garden named after Dorothy Cadbury's favourite flowers, roses. Exquisite hand-picked flavours for you to enjoy. So that confirms that that is indeed it was named after Dorothy Cadbury's favourite flowers. Okay, and a gift picked for you is what it says on the front. The sort of they've kept the theme of the roses, but I think the design on this one personally is not as good as some of the others. I don't know if it's just because it's on plastic now. I think the plastic is not as nice as the tin, and I think we should be going back to the tins. Yes, the plastic they're using, no doubt, because it's cheaper to produce, but also in this we're trying to be more recycling and save, do away with plastic as much as we can now. Tins, of course, you can reuse them, put things in. I mean, you can in these ones, but they're not going to be as strong as the tins. Now on the back, what I do like, it does give you shows you all the sweets and their names, so that's what I do like about them. I think the others always had a card inside the tin, so you could select your favourites. So yeah, that brings us up to the present day with roses. Let me know in the comments what your favourite designs are and what ones you have as well. And I just noticed something on this previous one. It's actually got 75 years on the rose there. If I can make that out. So it's a nice little touch on there. So that's the roses. So now let's look at the Quality Street ones. So Quality Street, like I was saying earlier, named after J.M. Barrie's play of the same name. So the first one we have is from, well, I'm not too sure of the date. I think early 80s. Now on the back it's got Macintosh and Quality Street. I don't know if you can make that out. Which is not on the front, which is interesting. You've just got a design to characters there, as well as some characters, a scene playing out around the edge, which is taken from the play Quality Street. I do like the design. It's like with the roses ones, the early designs, in my opinion, were much better and maybe a little bit lacking now. So it's good to see that. And of course, Macintosh originally owned the branding. Nestle took them over. Now, so I don't know the exact date, but I reckon it's early 80s, because there's no barcode or anything. I'm not sure on the weight, because there's even no weight on it either. But yeah, that's a nice design on that one. And then moving on to the next one now, Roses and Quality Street both came in these containers at one point. I have seen on Iceland's website you can get a smaller version of these, because this one is a whopping 1.35 kilograms, so a lot of sweets in there. I believe this is from early 90s. I haven't got an exact date. From Woolworths originally. You remember Woolworths, a great shop, especially to get your Christmas stuff from. It's just got great value Quality Street on the front, a nice lid on the top, and then just all the information on the back. And of course it's got the Nestle logo, because by this time Nestle now owned Quality Street. So although it is plastic, it's a nice strong container. Let's move then on to the next one now. Next one. This one is from a 1997, 750 grams in weight. Now notice it's got Macintosh on it. Now, I don't know much about, this is a tin that I acquired, I think it's from a boot sale, so I don't know if this was, because it's a smaller tin, if it was an additional special edition one released. Like with the roses one, some of the smaller ones may have been in addition. Although, because it is 750 grams, it still might have been the original, the one that we normally get for Christmas. But it's got, again, design from, taking reference from the Quality Street play. You've got the characters that are on there before as well. Now, interestingly, on the side it has got the Nestle symbol on it, so I think the Macintosh was sort of a reference to sort of heritage, and with the Quality Street scene on there. It says chocolates and toffees, and it's also got bonbons de chocolat et toffees. So maybe this one was actually from France, maybe. Interesting. If anyone knows any additional information about these tins I feature, then feel free to let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to the next one, which is a really big tin. I mean, you see the size of that. Now this one is 1.74 kilograms, and it's from 1999. So just turn it on the side so you can get an idea of the scale of it. It's got that bow on the front, a bit like the container has. So again, they're sort of going for the idea of giving it as a gift. And this is on the back of salted milk and plain chocolates and toffees. But yeah, 1.8 kilograms. I mean, that's, you know, that's like 3 times the size of what you get now. And of course, you've just got the simple bow design. Obviously, there's no reference into the play anymore, which is a shame in a way, but it is a nice tin. Okay, and now I've got a couple more now. Now the next one we move on to is this rather cute little tin. It's purple design. Now this one is from 2004 and it's 240 grams. Now I reckon this is another celebration one, because again it's got Macintosh at the top, and it's got the Nestle logo on the back. So this probably was like a little celebration one. And you've got the sweets on the front there, of course, with the green triangle, the purple one, and all your favourites on there. I like that. It's a nice little tin. And staying with little tins, we've got another one, but we go back to the play of Quality Street. Now this one is from 2008, 385 grams. Now what's interesting about this one, on the back they show you the sweets. And I like the Quality Street logo and a nice little oval there. And again, you've got characters and scenes from the play, and also on the front as well, but this time with the Nestle Quality Street branding on it. That's a nice little sweet one. It's mind upon there. Okay, and the final one, coming up to the present day now. You hear the sweets are still in there. This is from this year, so 2022. And of course we're now onto a container, and it is 600 grams. So like I say, that's like a third of that massive tin that we had. Of course they do bigger tins now, like I was saying, but they're sort of just, they're more expensive. So if you have a look at the comparison size there, you can see the difference. Now on the side, it shows you the different sweets and their names. Again, no references anymore to the play, which I think would be nice to get that back. Actually, they have got, just notice that above the sweet, there is, if you can make that out, a gold little circle. You've got the, just there, you've got the characters from the Quality Street play. So it's nice that they've kept that on there. It'd be nice to have a bigger reference to it. And it shows the sweets on the front as well. And on the back, what I do like is it says enjoy them, reuse or recycle, because, you know, these can be handy to store things in. Like I said, not as strong as the tins, but still handy nonetheless. So that brings us up to present day, just a little selection of Roses and Quality Street tins and containers that I have. So let me know in the comments what your favourites are, Roses or Quality Street, what sweet you like from the both. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a like for more nostalgia videos and other content as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and ring that bell for notifications of future content. And I hope you have a good Christmas, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care, bye for now.